Hi there, I'm the British WW2 man, and today I've got the second part of my large update, which is on my stuff from the One Piece show. So, start off with, I did have a big list of stuff that I wanted to get whilst I was there. I've stuck to it a little bit, but kind of stuck to it, kind of didn't. Anyway, so, I'll start off with the big thing that I wanted to get whilst I was at the One Piece show was one of these. Now, this is a British officer's, or just a British Patent 37 binoculars case. I already have got the binoculars for it. I got these after the One Piece actually, but still. Anyway, here it is. It's 1940 dated. Don't know if you can see it very well. Shine torch. There, ME & Co. or Mills Equipment and Company. 1940, and it's got the broad arrow next to that. So pretty cool. It's missing out its felt part at the bottom, but it still has got its original Bakelite base, which is pretty cool. So that was originally priced at 30, managed to get it down to 28, which is pretty nice. They always seem really expensive, which is a bit strange. Anyway, so that is basically completing my British officers webbing. I'll probably do a video on this just to show you guys my British officer's impression, but here's my webbing. So yeah, it didn't come with this pouch for compass or ammo. I just added that on because it's meant to be there when it's worn on the webbing, and I had it anyway, so pretty cool. Off that, I then managed to find this, which is pretty cool. This is what I believe to be an Irish 1920s 30s binoculars case. One of the things I did have on my list of things I wanted to get was a binocular case for my large German Dienst glass. However, I couldn't find one, but I did find this, and it's still pretty cool. So I got it for just because it's really cool and nice piece of history. It was £5, and the awesome thing about it is it still has some bits of its original actual wrapping paper, so it's never actually possibly been used as far as I know. Anyway, still pretty cool, especially seeing as there was another guy who was selling these for like £40. I managed to pick this up for £5, so pretty cool. Off of that, in fact I'll show you the inside of this as well whilst we're here. It's got lovely inside there. Get torch down in there for you. So yeah, off of that I went to another store where I found this, which is an MP40 ammo pouch for, I believe it was Fallschirmjägers, and then it got used by just some officers, NCOs, that sort of stuff, and some elite troops like Gebirgsjäger. I didn't get the mags there, they just mags I had. I decided to put them in. I accidentally cracked it, which was a bit of a shame. Here, this, and also it's got a speed loader pouch here, and again the speed loader I had already. So yeah, I got this for £10, which is pretty cool. I also got a little Panzer assault badge in silver from the same guy for, I made it up to I think 12 or 15 pounds, which I think is very good. I can't find the badge at the moment, it's somewhere in my room, which is an absolute mess at the moment. And the first thing I actually did get whilst I was at the One Piece show this year was these. Now these are a pair of late war wire straps. These possibly might actually be for Luftwaffe, or Fallschirmjäger rather, because they got this part here. Still, use them for my late war impression, because my proper late war stuff that I've got are basically they're dying. All the stitching's gone on the end parts. I've had to restitch it several times, and they're just in general way better quality and condition than the ones that I'm using at the moment. So I managed to get them down to £12, I think, from 18, which is pretty good. So yeah, I'm happy with those. Now, one of my favourite buys is this. This is an M15 tortoise, I believe. And basically what happened was, in World War One, Germany started out the war with what's known as the M95 tortoise. I say Germany, but really Prussia, because Germany still didn't totally have a coherent sort of army, because they still had the Bavaria and Württemberg and Saxony and Prussia. All those states still had their own little armies and militias, so the uniforms did vary quite a lot, and the kit. But anyway, it started off with the M95 tortoise, which was basically the same as this, apart from it was all fur. And that would be nice fur from the fur packs. However, because of the war restrictions and stuff like that, they had to go down to this, which in 1915, which is basically what the Germans did again in the Second World War. And because with it would usually be calf hide, and the problem with that is, or pony fur sometimes, you'd have to grow the animal. It takes a long time for the animal to grow and etc. And you can't just kill them all, otherwise you'll have none left to reproduce and make more. So they ended up going to fabric, or cotton sort of based fabric, which is a lot easier to make. Just get the flax, cut it down, process it, mash it up, turn it into things, weave it, etc. Cut it, sew it. You got yourself a bag. It still has leather on it, and have its slightly substandard leather, so maybe made of pigskin, I'm not sure. Anyway, still pretty cool. But what I really like about it is the inside. It's very, very good. There is a slight bit where it's been repaired here, but that looks like it's been done originally by the soldier. Another thing, it shows it's an ersatz one, because Germans in World War One were very had to do quite a lot of the ersatz sort of materials, and in the Second World War as well. Ersatz standing for fake. So you'd have ersatz tornister, for example. That's what this would be. Here's an example of an ersatz button. They would originally be the metal dish ones. This one is made out of, I think, bakelite, or it possibly might be some sort of bone or maybe wood, I'm not sure. Anyway, inside there you'd have all your personal things like your wash shave kit, maybe a spare set of underwear, march song book or whatever, maybe a harmonica if you had that. And in this section you have like your boots and maybe some spare rations, and it's got a little bit of someone's name here. I don't know if you can see it, it says RK, so just someone's initials. And then yeah, you would have your mess tin attached to the front. I'll show you that in a couple of minutes, probably about 10 minutes or so. And then on the side it's got the attachments for the Zeltbahn and the blanket and your greatcoat to be worn around the top, and it's got another one on top as well. However, another difference between the M95 and this is that it's actually reduced the amount of these loops, because my M95, I believe it had two of those here, one like there, one like there, and the other side had like one there and one there. So pretty cool. I paid 20 quid for that, not going to complain. So moving on, I next went to a store that sold basically East German and Soviet surplus, where I managed to purchase this, which is a Soviet post-war but same as wartime style field phone. It's actually missing the handset, which is a shame. However, I paid a tenner for it, so not really going to complain. It's got its crank handle. It does go in, but I'm not going to try and get it in for the video because it takes too much time. Good thing about it is, which I love, it has its original battery. So yeah, pretty awesome that it still has that. I'm going to be quite careful with it because the top's a little bit cracked and I don't want to get battery acid all over myself. But yeah, and the reason why I got it was because it's just a really awesome thing to get, and also it's an example of one of the programs that the Germans and the Russians had in the 1930s, where basically the Germans and the Russians would swap technologies, and in exchange for like military things. So I believe what it was that the Germans would give the Russians some of their technology, such as towards like the motorbike, the BMW RZ75. They basically gave the plans of that to the Russians. That was one of the things, along with like the Pak 36. And they gave those to the Russians, and then the Russians, I believe, like agreed to go and help Germany invade Poland, stuff like that. Anyway, so the Soviets produced it, and then probably what happened was post-war, this was probably made on German machines as well, because after the end of the war, most of the German factories that were actually still in production were in the east, like in Czechoslovakia, East Prussia, that sort of area. And what happened was they just the Russians took all this German equipment and stuff, spares, etc., moved it east in Siberia or wherever, and they started manufacturing all this German stuff. You get things like the Dniester motorbike and stuff like that, and the Dnieper or whatever. So that's probably what this is. This has got a 1961 date on here. Don't know if you can see it very well. There. Anyway, pretty cool. I believe that will work. It's still got its bell, and I know that because if you shake it, you can hear the bell, but probably won't be caught on camera. Anyway, off that, on to some other stuff. So I also got these. And this isn't all the stuff from this guy's stall, because the rest of it is in that bag there. But anyway, what these are is, this is a, what I believe to be an original World War II German M37 folding entrenching tool. Folds out like that. It might be a late war production one, I'm not sure, because I believe the war, most of them, how you see this ridge here, that will be going all the way to the end. They'd have them down there and there. So if this is German, then it means it will be a late war production one. And also, another interesting thing about it is, which makes me think it is German wartime production, is because the little nut that you screw is made out of Bakelite. Shame about it is it's all a little bit eaten away here, so I might cover that in like some sort of resin or something to help preserve it. And so that was £6, not going to complain. I also got this from the same guy. This is an original World War II German gas mask canister. This is really cool, even though the inside is full of crap. All that rust, you see all that disgusting rust there, all that nasty orangey thing. Anyway, the really awesome thing about it is it still has got its original Waffen amp here. It's in stamp, rubber, in a ink stamp of a Waffen amp, which is pretty awesome because the majority of them lost that. And this is really cool because it's a mid-war one, 1941 date. And this is the one that has, no, it doesn't have any eye shields in here, and it's missing the eye shields spring, but I can easily pick that up from somewhere. It's also missing the piece of cloth that would go onto this part here, and it's also missing a strap from here. I might make a strap for here, and it would have like a little hook which would hook onto the belt. That was originally priced at 30 quid, but I got this with a couple of other things in there and that for 30 quid, which is cool. So that's those, pretty nice. And so the next thing that I got was when I was looking for the binoculars case in the Panther 37 one, found this guy who was selling all these. Now he's got a really good shop, he has all like some really good stuff. So I've got a whole load of documents that I've really wanted for a long time. So one of them is, for example, a translators book. So what he does is he's got a whole load of original documents, and what he's done is he scanned them in and touched them up if they need touching up. This one he hasn't got the front cover for it, so he's just put that. I might like stick a front cover on that if I know what it is, can find it. Yeah, this is basically a German to Russian phrase book. So it's got all of these really awesome things like wo ist die Station? Where's the station? Maybe Stazione, something like that. So yeah, for example, pretty cool. That was £4 for that, and then he also threw this in for free, which was very nice. This is like a little clothing card, so if you wanted to buy anything extra or go to this company and they'd be able to make it for you. And then I got this big pack of stuff for 15 quid, which it has lots of things in it. I mean, I could spend ages telling you what they are, but I'll probably do a video on them by themselves. I mean, the only thing it's a really good pack, It's got some like black propaganda in there as well, which is quite interesting from both sides. Like one was like, there was like one anti-German propaganda, which is something like Germany, it says, the new Germany wants men and not skeletons, therefore surrender, or therefore capitulate, something like that. And then yeah, and there's like some actual German black propaganda against the Allies, like it was, yeah. Anyway, pretty cool for what I paid. So, moving on to the big bags. Start off actually with, before we get on to bags, I'll get onto these. So this is a really good deal that I got. Really happy I got this. This is a World War II German FF33 field phone. It's missing the field phone again, the handset rather. However, I'll try and find one of those. The annoying thing is, makes me mad is the handle is stuck. I did manage to get the hand crank off once. I put it on again rather stupidly. Can't get the bloody thing off now. So good thing is though it still works clockwise, and it actually still makes a current, because if you put your hand on there whilst you're turning it, you get electrocuted. I'm not doing it because it hurts. But yeah, the handle will be stored there. It's 1944. Date here. Can you see that? It's 1944E. So yeah, I'm going to give that a clean up. I'm going to see if I can get one of my friends to help me get this fucking handle off. But that handle's pissing me off. Anyway, that was 10 quid. I also got this from the same store, which is a 1942 dated. There, don't know if you can see that. 42 dated. Backpack. This is possibly Luftwaffe, or it possibly might be Army. I'm not sure, because it's kind of on the cusp of being semi-mouse grey. I'm not really sure if it really kind of qualifies for either mouse grey or Luftwaffe. A Luftwaffe colour, but anyway, it was made by Wilhelm Ehlers Jr. in Bielefeld. Wilhelm Ehlers in Bielefeld. Wilhelm Ehlers Jr. in Bielefeld. Sorry, I got that all mixed up there. Interesting thing is it's got like a little that thing on the end, the other one doesn't. My other backpack, which is the same as this, it doesn't have that, which is quite cool. It's got the little separation compartments. These are different colour, which makes me think that it's been replaced. Got an interesting stain here. Move it down for you. So yeah, interesting little stain here. Don't know whether that's blood or it could just be oil from the rifle bottle maybe. The reason why it's 10 quid though, because of all these holes in the bottom, which is a real shame. Anyway, I'm going to patch that. It should be as good as new, because all the leather work, apart from one of the straps, is fine. This strap is the one that's missing the back part here. Now, what I'm going to try and do is, because basically this leather's dead anyway, I'm going to try and cut that off, all the leather around that stud, and then I'll try and add a new piece, and with like a little hook, D-ring rather, that can loop around this. And this bit here, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. How I'm going to get it to attach to that. I might see if I can find a buckle or something. Anyway, so that's that.